Calaroga Shark Media.
Hey there, fellow Soup Watchers. This is Journey Joe Mitchell coming at you from the cozy confines of the TV basement. Today we're diving into episode 6 of The Boys' 4th season, titled Dirty Business. Was this one a doozy? So we start with a somber moment as Huey, his mom, and the gang spread his dad's ashes on a Made in Manhattan walking tour. It's a bittersweet scene that really hammers home how much Hugh Sr. meant to Huey. Jack Quaid continues to impress with his ability to convey complex emotions. But this is The Boys, so we can't stay sad for long. The team hatches a plan to infiltrate a far-right gathering at Tech Knight's mansion. And how do they do it? By drugging the Soup webweaver and having Huey impersonate him. Laz Alonso deserves an Emmy for his reaction to having to administer that drug in a very uncomfortable place. Now let's talk about what goes down in Tech Knight's basement, or should I say, the Tech Cave. Folks, I've seen some wild stuff on this show, but this might take the cake. And I do mean that literally. There's a scene involving Huey, a German chocolate cake, and, well, I'll let you watch that for yourselves. Let's just say it gives a whole new meaning to having your cake and eating it too. The writers really pushed the envelope with the Tech Cave scenes. It's gross, it's shocking, and it's also darkly hilarious. Derek Wilson as Tech Knight is having way too much fun with this role. And poor Huey, Jack Quaid's face as he endures these increasingly bizarre tests, is priceless. When Huey follows Tech Knight down into his secret lair, we're treated to a smorgasbord of depravity that would make the Marquis de Sade blush. The Tech Cave is less Batman's high-tech headquarters and more like a fever dream designed by someone who's watched way too much German dungeon porn. Poor Huey, thinking he's there for a superhero audition, finds himself in increasingly bizarre and uncomfortable situations. First, there's the German chocolate cake incident. Jack Quaid's face as he realizes what he's being asked to do is an absolute masterclass in what have I gotten myself into? Acting. But it doesn't stop there. Oh no, the Boys writers were clearly in a hold my beer mood when they wrote this scene. We've got Ashley Barrett, once the put-upon-vaught exec, now wielding a feather like it's a weapon of mass destruction. The tickle torture scene is simultaneously hilarious and deeply unsettling, with Colby Minify really leaning into Ashley's newfound sadistic streak. And just when you think it can't get any weirder, Tech Knight ups the ante. His plan to, shall we say, modify Huey takes the scene from darkly comedic to genuinely horrifying in the blink of an eye. It's a testament to Derek Wilson's performance that Tech Knight manages to be both ridiculous and terrifying at the same time. The cherry on top of this sundae of insanity? The revelation that Webweaver's safe word is Zendaya. It's a brilliant bit of meta-humor, nodding to the Spider-Man films without being too on the nose. This entire sequence is The Boys at its most audacious. It's gross, it's shocking, it's darkly hilarious, and it pushes the boundaries of good taste to their absolute limit. But it also serves a purpose beyond mere shock value. It's a stark reminder of the depraved depths to which those in power can sink when they believe they're above consequences. In the end, watching Huey endure this ordeal and come out the other side is oddly cathartic. It's a trial by fire, or by cake as it were, that forces him to confront some deeply uncomfortable truths about the world he's fighting against. And isn't that what The Boys is all about at its core? Meanwhile, Homelander is trying to convince a room full of billionaires to invoke the 25th Amendment and make Newman president. Anthony Starr continues to be the MVP of this show, perfectly balancing Homelander's menace with his deep-seated insecurities. It's fascinating to watch him flounder when he's out of his depth with these power players. Speaking of Newman, her speech to the billionaires promising them free reign once she's president is chilling. It's a stark reminder of how far she's fallen from her initial ideals. The reveal that Kessler has been a figment of Butcher's imagination this whole time? Some minds were blown, but I noticed that weeks ago. That said, Carl Urban and Jeffrey Dean Morgan have such great chemistry, it's hard to believe one of them isn't really there. This twist adds a whole new layer to Butcher's character and his internal struggles. And let's not forget about that final scene with Homelander and Firecracker. Just when you think this show can't get any more outrageous, they hit you with that. Valerie Curry is really going for it as Firecracker, and her dedication to pleasing Homelander is as disturbing as it is darkly funny. Overall, this episode was a game changer. It pushed the boundaries of good taste, as The Boys loves to do, but it also moved the plot forward in significant ways. We're seeing alliances shift. Characters reach new lows, or highs depending on your perspective, and the stage being set for what's sure to be an explosive finale. So, what did you think, fellow basement dwellers? Was this episode too much, or just the boys being the boys? I felt like it was too much and not for the first time this season. Get the ball back to Homelander and dial down the crazy. That's all for now, Soup fans. Until next time, keep your V locked up tight, your cakes unsat upon, and your basements free of any creepy sex dungeons. This is Journey Joe Mitchell, signing off from the TV basement.